This week is Parsha's Devurim. Devurim, there's a pusik this week in the Parsha that it says, Hashem Elokecha imach lechasartu davar. Hashem was with you in the Midbar for 40 years and nothing was missing. And it says not only a Midbar, it says Midbar Gudel. It was a big Midbar. A Midbar is a desert where nothing is. And there's no food, and there's danger of animals, nothing. Everything what the Jews need in the Midbar, in the desert, Hashem gave them. But the Tzaddik, the Kozhnetzer Maggid says, we always read this in the 3 weeks, and especially in the 9 days in the week before Tisha B'Av. Why? A person is supposed to know that in the choshech, in the darkness, there's also light. And actually light will not shine only if there's darkness. Light cannot shine from light. It has to shine out from darkness. And we know as there is Hastura, it means Hashem hides. He wants us to find him. It's just like when a father plays with their child hide and go seek. They hide and you play hide and go seek and you find the father, and the father finds the child. That's the way it works. They also say a story, one of the tzaddikim once was crying, and he came to his father and asked him, why are you crying? Because they were playing hide and go seek, and it says nobody's looking for me. And the father, Hashem says the same thing. This is here what's happening this week's parsha, and this is today's days, and where we're up to in such hard times, where the whole world is in a turmoil, and we see the turmoil is not only called COVID, it's called many different names. So obviously we have to see that there's a superpower going on, there's a super consciousness happening. We have to get into a conscious level to see what's really happening here. And we see also, we can't point fingers that this is wrong, as that is wrong, because we see this week's Parsha. Moshe Rabbeinu is already now, almost before he's passing away from the world, and he's giving a rebuke, which is Musar, for Klal Yisrael. And he's not telling them, you did this, you did that. It's only hidden with the Zuah, with the Chutzayres. He said it in a beautiful way, in a loving way. And that's the only way we connect to Hashem. But we do have to give it some thought. And the only way we see Moshe Rabbeinu is telling us this week also, do tshuva. And everything that is in tshuva is, basically, we think tshuva means only by fasting, no, only by breaking ourselves, no. It's metoch simcha and knowing who we are, and we do. And in Yiddishkeit, there is mindfulness in the world today became very popular. The real thing, mindfulness, is coming from the Torah, and we have there's actually a book which is called, somebody gave out today. It's called The Mindful Jewish Approach, which is a great book to buy. I recommend that. And there's, but whoever sees this forum from Pesetzner Rebbe and Reb Nachman, they call it Ashkut, his boydedus, his bonanus. Even when you do cheshbon nefesh, if you're not doing the cheshbon nefesh to break yourself, you're doing the cheshbon nefesh to see if something happens to you, or something, even somebody, you had an issue, let's say, even in a business deal, or you have an issue with the child. Look into the thing. What is the message that you and Hashem have to communicate? And yes, it is a world, and that's the way we bring back the lost sparks that got lost by creation. And that is everybody's job individually. And like the Balatanya tells us, that we're here for the battle. And the battle, everybody has a different battle. And I heard a good word this week from someone. What is the difference between the Muslim movement and the Chassidus movement? In the Muslim movement, they're talking about a battle. It's a huge battle, and we're here to battle, which is true. And we're battling because we have to battle to come to Hashem. In Chassidus, we say differently. We are battling for ourselves, for our children, for our wives, for our family, because Hashem is in us. That is the difference. That's beautifully put. And everybody has to know that the I, the Onoichi, is Hashem. And we have to connect to Hashem, and that is where we get to tshuva, to mindfulness, to think, everything. It's not only when we go into shul to daven, or we say the daf yomi, and that's it. Every minute of the day, there should be a mindful moment, and not multitasking hundreds of things. I'll read you something that was asked once from John Kabat-Zinn, which was the founder of MBSR, and they asked him about multitasking what do you think about it? Because everybody today is WhatsApping, sending, messaging, working, multitasking. You think it's a great thing. Oh, I can multitask. He says it is toxic. Although it might sound extreme, his response affected me. That's what he's saying is that productivity, even in the workplace, by multitasking will not work. Hashem should help. We should all be mindful, and we should have a wonderful week, and we should see the light in the darkness this week, and we should see the coming of Mashiach. The coming of Mashiach is a big light, and it's actually born in Tisha B'Av. That's why we don't sit on the floor after 12 o'clock, after Chatzos. Because in the darkness, Mashiach is gone. We are yearning for Mashiach. What is the yearning? The yearning is because we want to connect to Hashem. And to connect to Hashem, we can start now already. And if we're going to Kavayel Hashem, hope to Hashem that Mashiach is coming, and Mashiach is around the corner, which he is, but we're going to be mindful of that, that will take us out from all our traumas. Good Shabbos.